matter where you will venture, your journey is true, because your journey becomes a great experience of love, which you navigate from your heart.
I'm here in Sedona for Openhand's First Nation pilgrimage, and wow, the energy is just off the scale. This has to be one of the key planetary stargates, a location which is opening out, breaking down the 4D karmic construct, and really helping channel higher dimensional consciousness into the planet. We are blessed, totally privileged to be here. What might we expect as the week unfolds? Last year when we were here, we made a profound connection to the First Nations elders in the ether. And they were intrigued by our work, how we were choosing to dive into density, karmic density, to take ownership, ask the fundamental question, why did we create it? Why did we summon it? Why did we manifest it? Because it's in that moment that you gain power in the situation, because you can transform it. And whatever injustices, whatever tragedies happened, took place, they've unfolded in different places all around the world. And the question is, I think it's a simple one actually, whether we hang on to the past, the trauma, the tragedy, and we'll lose, we'll stay stuck in this old construct, in this old vibration. Or we can decide to let it go, to unravel, unwind, to take the lessons, to take the learnings, to take the integrations, and then go with the shift into 5D, in which case we win. So we're going to be working here this week. We're going to be connecting with the elders in the ether. We're going to be communicating this approach, this process, inviting them to join us, inviting them to help their ancients unravel in the ether and let go and start to move on. And I do believe as well, we're going to have some very special guests from the dragon energies who are coming into the planet at this time, stimulating the dragon ley lines and anchoring higher dimensional, fast, curious alchemical vibrations to bring about strong transformation. So I'm really looking forward to this week. Let's see what unfolds, let's see what happens. Let's see how we can ripple a planetary healing effect and an opening of this magnificent stargate. All are invited to join, all of aligned benevolent intent. Namaste.
Travel, no matter where you will venture, your journey is true, because your journey becomes a great experience of love, which you navigate from your heart. No.
simulation of reality that we're living in, the planetary level, is getting ever more sophisticated and complex, and seems, when you look at it, purposefully designed to suck souls in. It plays on distraction, on soft comfort, on entertainment, on having to work and survive in society to make ends meet. It's preying upon these things. But we also need to realize that we are still creating that. We are co-creators in that. And it's being manifested from within. Why? How? Well, 2 or 3 reasons. For example, the desire for predictability rather than sitting in the presence of the unknown and taking guidance and the flow from that place, or needing a friendship, community. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying when you depend upon that to make yourself feel whole, or in relationship, that you need a relationship for you to feel whole inside, then something is seriously missing, and the simulation is playing upon that and using AI to intensify the distraction, the derailment, the misdirection. But the point being, it's always playing on some distortion within us, where we think we're not enough, or can't sit still and without distraction in the presence of the divine, or that we need something that we must chase or grasp for. And of course we don't need that. When we can surrender and soften internally, then we can connect with the true fulfillment and completeness of the divine. So how do we extract from this simulation? And do we detach from it completely? Well, I would say no. We're here for a reason. The answer, or the invitation, is to come at this from a different place, to come from higher consciousness and create from the spontaneity, the freedom of flow that goes with that. But to attain that is first to break through into what we can call absolution, which means to confront all of those places in the simulation where we get attached, where we close down, where we can see we're triggered and really feel that we need something and we're not getting it. And in those moments, what we need to do is stop and really go into the experience, as we've been doing here, go into the experience and sit in that cauldron of unresolution, where there's no answer to your conundrum, whether it's an intellectual, mind-based issue, problem you're having with society or with people, whether it's an emotional one that you're having in relationship, whether it's physical in terms of consumption, or whether it's karmic in the 4D plane. The key is to sit in the unresolution of that and really feel the animation of the challenge, of the pain within, because ultimately it's all illusionary, and it will burst if we sit in that and really contain it and work into it. Then at some point you break through into presence, and that's when the bubble bursts, and its grasp on you in those particular situations and occasions is released, and you're sitting there feeling whole and complete, and the soul is now emerging through. So this is really what we must work hard at and learn to apply, not just in meditation, but also in the regular aspects of our lives, to reflect upon those situations regress into them, feel the tightness, become the absolute, or work to be the absolute in that cauldron of unresolution until we can sit and really feel the completeness of the one. Then you don't even need to heal it anymore. You don't need to solve it. But here's the paradox. Once you're in that complete sense of wholeness and presence, and you don't need a fix, you don't need a solution, that's paradoxically when something sparks, some piece of magic triggers, and the path then unfolds from within you and creates in the world around you. That's what we must learn to master, the process of what we can call absolution.
So the idea that we came to a couple of Aprils back was, through the crop circles, was that there would be this natural convergence of frequencies that would bring the new earth alive, bringing the past into the future. And that very much feels like what the round cable is about. And if that's pointing to here, that's very powerful. It's beautiful symbology. It's honoring the First Nations and what they've held here. It's honoring them and saying, look, we can move forward into a new evolution, a new possibility. So what a great way to honor them. This reminds me of being, the tour, Glassman tour is a place people pilgrimage from all over the world. Their heart should go to that.
It could be anchored.
Something could be anchored. Yeah. We can use it to animate the tours.
Yeah.
Right now in the shift, there's a strong activation of dragon energy.
You will travel, no matter where you will venture. Your journey is true, because your journey becomes a great experience of love, which you navigate from your heart.
We've all been talking about it, all feeling it. What does that mean exactly? How is it transforming life on the planet? And how can we put it into practice and bring it up through us for maximum transformational effect? Well, first to say the dragon energy could not really come fully active until Gaia had completed her contract with the Matrix, with the intervention. Because she needed the construct, the 4D fabric, in order to play out her own karma and her own interrelation with, for example, star souls and the Murians. She needed to play that out first, and that now has completed very clearly. And you can see that in the shifting weather patterns globally, the earthquakes, the activating volcanoes. And so this is time, this is converged with an influx of draconian energy, which is helping activate lower dragon energy. But also, very recently, the infusion of Lyran dragon energy, which is coming through the Taurus from higher dimensions. So you've got this concerted action from higher and lower converging to animate the Taurus, to enhance its coherency. And this is the first step to embodying dragon energy. We must come from the Taurus, the coherency of the Taurus within, by settling back into it. And this happens by letting go of the need for an outcome, so that you're not misdirecting your energy, you're not diffusing or dissolving your energy by attachment, excessive investment out there in your life. Sounds hard to do, right? Because there are many things that feed the soul and that you want to engage in or help, support, or empathize with others in family or how you live, where you work. I understand that. It's totally, it has meaning, it has purpose, but we must start to realize that we can beneficially uplift, transform everything when we are not attached to how it plays out. The shift is going exponential right now, and this energy is supporting the transformation of the breakdown of old constructs, and that applies to every aspect of our lives. So we must work to detach from the need for an outcome, or being worried or fearful or anxious of what might take place or unfold. Because dragon is all about the transformative effect, rather than the fixation of a particular situation. We must get comfortable in the vortex, in the infinite potential, the unknown. Not an easy place to be, because it's going to trigger anxieties and fears. But what we need to do is develop a different relationship with fear. Rather than let it contract you and make you tight, go out of body, instead it's to sit very strong, courageous, centered in the vortex within yourself. That's very much the first step. But then from there, it's not about detaching from reality or from engagement, but recognizing, so you're in active awareness, and then recognizing as a spark comes through. Now this is the point. We are embodied, and we have a purpose and a mission, and we can be part of multi-dimensional movements of energy, and we can be that spark. In many ways, we're meant to be that, to see, empathize, feel the situation here, but ignite the possibility of change and transformation. You recognize injustice, inequity, unfairness. It's all around us. What does that stir in you? Emotionally, passionately, energetically, physically? What does it motivate and initiate in you? And then can you bring that to bear and start to express it in a coherent, aligned way? We must work to detach from outcome, but also to transform distortion. You know when you're getting triggered, attached, constricted. Can you work now within that to unfold, unwind, let go, bring authentic action to bear? In which case, you're creating the perfect lower dimensional crucible for the rise of dragon energy, but the fusion from above, let's say, and the integration of the two. You're holding this really intense cauldron of possibility, but you're harnessing it and bringing it to bear where the situation invites. So dragon energy invites strong ray 1, strong ray 7, those rays of power and alchemy, empathy also, but not getting invested. So it's supportive, but allowing each to carry their own burden, their own journey, and their own experience and the work that they each must do, not carrying that for them. It's catalyzing compassionately, but then bringing the energy back into your own context, your own vortex, so you can apply it again for transformation once more. In this way, then, dragon swoops in, acts, expresses, and then withdraws and concentrates once more, ready for something else to come forth and express. And it's mastering that balance, that harmony, that responsiveness too. Being ready for that, being ready to act. And if we can do this, if we can learn to master this, and it's very advanced, you know, it's a masterful energy. It's not easy to ride. It's not easy to fly on the wings of dragon, because it's so triggering, and then it can be exhausting. It's not easy to do that. We must learn to act, to express, withdraw, concentrate, ready to act again. If we can do this, then we're going to bring tremendous energies to bear in all aspects of our lives, but find ourselves connecting up into the field and being a part of huge field movements too. And that's this particular fulcrum of transformation we find ourselves in. And if we can apply ourselves within that, we'll gain massively from it. Let's work then to embody this energy, and where appropriate, come positively from it.
Your journey is true, because your journey becomes a great experience of love, which you navigate from your heart.
Been a phenomenal week here in the Sedona Stargate. It really is one of the key planetary centers in the shift and the movement to higher consciousness. We've connected in with the First Nations, the elders in Ether, felt the disrespect and the tragedy that they suffered when they were ejected from this land. And in many ways, that speaks into all of the First Nations, root nations around the planet. And yet, at the same time, for the new to be reborn, the old must die. We must shed the old identity layers, who and what we thought we were. Open a huge internal space and let the energies speak for themselves and flow through us. And then we become a part of that movement, not trying to control it, not trying to manipulate it or intention it. It doesn't need any intention. The natural flower of life is regenerated. And we were blessed to be a part of this, to experience this time together. And we felt the elders gathering. We felt their pain, their suffering, but at the same time, we felt their healing and their readiness to move on and let go of the past. It was an enormous blessing. So I very much look forward to bringing many more pilgrimages here, to the sanctity and sacredness of this divine space, this key planetary stargate. Namaste.